Yes, Yorm Rework is here, and I'm fucking hyped for it. I'm hyped for it. I don't know what they're gonna change yet, but I hope it's good. You know, as a Yorm main here, you know what I mean. I'm over rank 20. I haven't been playing as much, but definitely gonna get back into this rework. Yorm is one of my favorite characters, so let's get into this rework, man. Let's go.
What the changes are to the hero.
Let's
where
go.
We're going with this. Brand new moves, all sort of cool stuff.
By the way, the stream is blurry. It's not just like
I address the fact that we're really trying.
It's not me or it's not yours stream. Put it on the maximum resolution, but this stream is kind of blurry. Just a heads up.
Is that we've really looked into
how
can we make the hero interesting?
Boy, yo.
Still have a gimmick.
Come on, what we getting? What we getting?
Let the hero be unique. Have something that's really different and very almost specific to the hero.
All right.
And so for this, we settled onto making a hero that's still a bully, right? Still a big hammer.
Bully.
Still big hits.
Yes.
But it's more of a bully that moves opponents around on a battlefield.
Okay.
Rather than control their stamina and try to gain the upper hand.
Okay.
Stamina, where we're going with this. So the first thing that's important to note is that none of Jormungandr's moves drain stamina, pause stamina, or unbalanced out of stamina specifically, right? So there's still, as we'll see, there's a move that unbalances opponents, but it always unbalances opponents.
I don't like that. I don't like that
anymore. But like the heavy finishers no longer do it. Like so, a lot of none of his bashes do it either.
No.
So we'll have to see where that goes.
That's what made him good, man.
I wanted to move away from this aspect of the hero.
Oh, that's a nerf. That's a straight up nerf, man. So that's a nerf.
Let's get started, right? So to start with,
I don't like that.
Farewell. So we've changed the move. It's a brand new animation,
man,
which is this now. So like a big hit to the shins.
Okay. Unbalances straight away.
Always unbalances. So you
unbalances straight away with maximum stamina.
Jotun Farewell into Hammer Slam works
okay.
Quite well.
Okay.
It is 800 MS, and it is also faintable.
Okay. Okay. So you can, okay, good. If it wasn't faintable, I was thinking that's pretty weak, but
it's quite
they can
strong.
dodge.
Always gives a
faintable.
So that's very, very useful. You can do it anywhere. You can use Jotun Farewell, so after lights, after heavies, and anything that initiates chains, you can go into a Jotun Farewell afterwards. Right. So you can't
do it
we've also
from default stance. You have to.
So
it needs to be chain initiating moves.
As before, this looks like to be exactly the same, right? The big difference
that launches him quite far.
So top did not use to move opponents back.
Yeah, it moves him quite a bit.
Where sides would. So now all three sides do it.
Okay, that's a nice buff.
Into a wall splat to gain additional damage.
Guaranteed heavy.
So we really wanted to get into situations where
a wall splat.
Move people around the battlefield. They can hit them to go towards their allies, to go to do wall splat, to walls, to whatever you'd like.
Okay.
But really, it's bullying them around and moving them around the battlefield.
Movement bully. Wall splat bully.
And keeping the spirit of this, we've also added another new move, which is called Venomous Sting.
Okay,
so this
what's
is
that?
When you press heavy after landing a guard break, right? So I can do it from here. So as you can see, it's similar to the heavy finishers, where when you land those attacks, they always displace your opponent, move them around. You can wall splat them, get them into a wall, get big damage. They deal damage similar to heavy opener, so 24.
What? So it's okay.
It's always guaranteed. You can get somebody into a wall, hit them again, big damage there.
Did you say top heavy is guaranteed, but side heavy is no?
We wanted to go towards making sure that the hero was able to move opponents around quite a bit, and we want to be able to chain as well. So you can go into this and goes into your heavy your light and heavy openers or zone attack if you want. They're not guaranteed, but they still help you add more pressure with the hero. So it gives you a bit of more pressure, a bit more interesting things.
Okay. I like everything. I like what I'm seeing, except the stamina bully thing,
which is a zone attack in chains. The move there is the Ouroboros Smite, and so you can press zone attack after any move except itself, Hammer Slam, and Venomous Sting. So you can do Venomous Sting. You're going to go into because you go back to neutral. You don't really go into your chain, so you can't do the move. But after any single attack in chains, you can go into that move. It's
nice.
800 MS. It has uninterruptible stance at 100 MS, so it's very
interruptible.
Trajectory all around Jormungandr.
Okay.
Does
makes him stronger for group fights.
And what's interesting too is that you can go into situations where you can go heavy finisher into Ouroboros Smite.
Oh, nice, nice.
Ouroboros Smite.
Infinite chain.
Going, right? So
yeah, infinite chain.
This is going to be quite
yeah,
strong.
so it's gonna make him
with an out.
So basically, what this means is you're gonna be seeing some crazy anti-ganks. Like he's gonna be way more formidable for anti-ganks. Like he's gonna be like because his weakness is like it's quite hard targeting multiple enemies when facing him. But like with that, he'll be able to hit enemies all around him. But one thing I'm thinking of is his when you're playing Dominion, his feats when you hit someone with the bash that knocks them guaranteed knockdown, because every time you land Hammer Slam it gives you the overshield. So is that going to be guaranteed overshield still, or are they going to change his feats a bit? I think they're going to give him like slight health regeneration or something. They're going to change his feats, because if it still keeps his feats the same and gives him the overshield, it's going to be busted, because he can now land knock you down without any stamina depletion and land the Hammer Slam and get the shield constantly. So I hope they keep that, but if they might nerf it, but I hope they keep it. I hope they don't. We'll see.
Mix of unblockable and armored and unblockable and armored, and keep the flow going. Okay. A lot of what we've been doing with Jormungandr is really work on the hero's flow as well, and this is a big part, right? It kind of acts as a chain reset. It initiates chains, so you can also do, if you'd like,
does he have a bash?
Go into this, right? You can do Jotun's Farewell, go into Hammer Slam, do all those things that you want to do. Again,
Jotun's Farewell.
When you're able to use that zone attack.
I want a bash, just a regular bash.
On a single stance, because it's feintable, right? So we can feint it. It's still a little bit riskier to parry. You can't really interrupt it. So it's a pretty potent tool in his arsenal, and should help in a lot of anti-gank situations. It's quite good. The next up we're going to look at is the light openers. So Jormungandr's light openers
they're strong.
An issue, especially at high level, where there used to be pokes. And so because of that, they were a bit easier to read, especially at high level. We have some players that are really good at reacting to attacks and reading animations. Even after the CCU. And because they were so distinct from the side heavy openers, or from even the top heavy openers, it made them kind of easier to react to and see. Oh yeah, okay,
that's true. I was never afraid fighting like a Yom.
Even make them a little bit easier to
like. Because I'm a Yom main,
went back to mocap and
I find it easy fighting another Yom main.
Now there's swings, right? So all three sides, there's swings instead of pokes. That should help them.
It makes them less predictable.
A little bit less distinguishable.
Because you're going to have to get your heavies and lights.
The heavy openers. So it gives
timing down right.
More strength into that, where it's a little bit better. It's a little bit like it's harder to react to. So, in that way, we really wanted to make.
So now you can't. It's hard to tell if it's a heavy opener or a light opener.
The next change I want to discuss is the light finishers. So they used to be undodgeable.
Yeah, man.
We've removed the undodgeable.
No.
Here, because Jotun Farewell and a lot of the other tools that Jorm has in his toolkit right now, they're able to be feinted. You can do a lot more with them. So everything that we've done there felt like it was overkill, and it's also like
I don't like that. I hate that. I'll explain why.
On top of this, it was really difficult to work with at lower level, right? When you're at low level, the undodgeables there might as well be unblockable. They're super hard to react to. They're hard to block. They're still enhanced, right? So
I guess
still keeps to get that pressure going. So removing the undodgeable here should help make the hero a little bit less frustrating to fight against, especially at lower level. Another thing we've changed is Jorm's neutral bash, right? So
neutral bash. What we get?
And press guard break, and we'll grab the opponent and hit them into the gut with their hammer.
So he doesn't have a neutral bash anymore.
It wasn't that good of a move. It's super reactable at high level, not very good even at low level. Like people are able to dodge it.
I use it as a counter tool, like when someone's attacking.
So what we've done instead,
just to drain stamina.
Old Jotun Farewell animation on a front dodge guard break like this, right?
Okay.
So you can do it at 300 ms into the front dodge.
Does it do damage?
A lot of what we've been doing with other melees like that, a lot of bashes. But the important part here,
But that makes him good at
this
opening
movie,
now.
It also chains to your openers, and you see right now that light
Guaranteed?
was guaranteed.
Nice.
The zone, if you'd like, you can do whatever. But the idea here is that we wanted to give Jormungandr a better opener, a better way.
That
to
is a good opener. Guaranteed damage.
Going, get into that flow, get into the zone, and get that stuff going. So that works quite well. Again, you can go to heavies if you like to. They're armored, right? So there's a lot of good stuff that can happen here in group fights.
Okay.
So that's one thing also to look out for. Next we have front dodge heavy. So it's 800 ms.
I hope it's still.
I think it was like 1,000. It was quite slow.
Okay, it's faster.
So we've really
nice.
sped it up.
Nice.
And on top of this, we've adjusted the uninterruptible stance timing to be at 400 ms. So right after the feint window. So with this,
okay,
it creates a bit of a mix-up with the front dodge bash, right? So you can go into this feint, the guard break, feint the parry if people are like reacting to your dodge, trying to dodge your punch and stuff. So really the idea here is get into the zone, give him more mix-up, and give the hero better ways to open up from neutral. And then we also have a quick thing about Jotun Gift and Jotun Grudge. So Jotun Gift is light after a guard break, and Jotun Grudge is a guard break after parry. We're not going to go into it right now because I'm alone recording this. I don't. Unfortunately, we've been having some tech issues. I have to record this alone, but still. And so the idea here is that they now deal direct damage instead of dealing. I can do it again if you like. Instead of dealing stamina damage.
Right. Okay.
All the stamina damage. We replaced it with direct
the
damage.
bashes do damage now, which is good.
The idea here is that first of all, we want it to be useful, right? That stamina damage was useful in creating some sort of I'm gonna unbalance you type of situations, because we're moving away from that a little bit. But at the same time, what is interesting is that it gives you more options, right? Because depending on the situation, depending on if there's walls nearby, depending on what's going on around you, if your opponent's out of stamina, it might be better to do light into throw into hammer slam. Or if there's a wall, it might be better to do venomous sting into a wall, into a top heavy to deal more damage. So one of the things we're really trying to go towards in this revamp, and a lot of what we've been doing, is emphasize and have a lot of focus on choice. We want players to have different options at different times. Sometimes there's things that are optimal in whatever situation, but the idea here is that we really, really want to have these things be open up. You can make your choice. You have options. You can decide on your own playstyle, on what you want to do, on what's going on around you. What is the best source of damage? What would you prefer to do? Sometimes it's better not to do a hammer slam because you're going to get back up with full stamina. There's a lot of different things that we're looking into here. So we hope this is really interesting here. And then finally, last but not least, last little bit of nugget of cool stuff. As some of you have seen, we've actually had a bug in the game a little while ago where the front dodge heavy had a slightly different animation, and people I saw a lot of people actually like thinking about where would this move be used from. It's actually on Jormungandr's new sprint attack. So when Jormungandr runs, you do sprint attack. This is the big attack that we've had right now. That you saw a little bit of the animation where he jumps forward and hits people on the way down. So again, another move we've mocapped. Sometimes we go there, we're not 100% sure we're going to be using them for what we're trying to do like cool stuff. So this is one of those moves that looks really cool. Doesn't really change anything in Jorm's game plan, but just, again, we wanted to go back to how do we make the hero more enticing, look cooler, have better moves, have better flow. So
the jumping heavy is the jumping attack is better than previous one.
Usually do. Big thanks to Noel, who's our game designer, was in charge of this hero. Did a magnificent job. So kudos to him. And we're back on with...
Yes, Jormungandr's making a comeback. Yeah, definitely. This rework is long awaited and long deserved, man. Like, ever since when he first came out, he's been getting nerfs. But now this is the first proper rework he's getting. The last one I remember was when he got the side attack. I wonder if he's still gonna keep the side attack, the dodge attack. I hope he does, but I don't like that he's no longer a stamina bully, right? I get why they changed him, but I still feel like he should have kept some of those properties. But I guess I'm okay with it. But also removing the tracking light finishes I kept thinking I'm against that change because, especially on console where I play, there's a lot of people who just love to spam dodge attacks, and it helps you deal with characters who like to overzealously spam side dodge attack. You know, the dodge attacks, or they like to dodge. Some people just don't even block; they're just dodging left and right. So that was, and if you've got no tracking attacks, it's pretty hard to get them. And if they're just doing dodge attacks, it's hard to guard break them as well. So the dodge attack, the tracking lights helped remedy that a little bit on console, where it's harder to get down the reactions and parry and stuff like that. And as well, I'm not a top tier player. I'll say I'm a medium, average, maybe a slightly above average player. I'm a bit rusty, I haven't played in a while, but yeah, that's what I felt like was one of his weaknesses. It's going to be one of his weaknesses. But you think it's going to be a bit too much. All those, but I just don't think so, man. Like, I'm just thinking, how am I going to deal with all those light spamming, side dodge attack spamming characters? And just gonna have to get good, I guess. Like, can't deal with him anymore. You know, that was Jorm's light finishes was one of the best in the game because it tracked. You know, really strong. But yeah, being able to unbalance enemies on full stamina, you know, I'm good with that. I'm cool with that. It's his only move that can unbalance, but I actually prefer that because the stamina drain, it was a cool gimmick, but when it was nerfed, I'd hit someone with 3 bashes and we'd both be on low stamina, and I'm like, I hit you with 3 bashes, how are you on the same stamina as me? So I'd end up like destroying my own stamina just attacking him, and he'd be on the same stamina as me, so it was weird. So they nerfed the stamina bully aspect, so if it's gonna be that weak, might as well just remove it anyway. You can unbalance now. So I hope they keep these changes final. They're pretty good, but I still think people are gonna complain some more and say he's a bit strong, he's doing this, his feats. So I think they might even nerf him again. I don't know, that's just me. I hope not, but I feel like people will complain, because here's my thing. I guess I'm one of the few players who thought keep the stamina bully aspect. I liked it when it first came out. You know, I'm balancing everyone because everyone was just attacking aggressively. It stops all those players who just randomly light spam, attack aggressively, constantly attack, because it was just like, it'll stop you, drain your stamina, and you'd have to think. You know, you wouldn't just mindlessly just start attacking. So I like that, because there's characters who can regenerate stamina as well in this game super fast. So if there's characters who can abnormally regenerate some stamina faster than usual, why can't there be some that can drain it faster than usual? I don't know. It's just, I guess the community just didn't like it. They complained and just hated it. So anyways, what do you guys think of the Jorm reworks? I'm definitely excited as a Jorm main. Hopefully we get a Lawbringer rework, man. Let me know your thought. See you in this video.